Hi everyone, Mr. Hultgren here. We're going to talk about neutralization and titration. So trying to find out how we can take an acid and a base and neutralize them, right? Now a neutralization reaction is a chemical reaction where we have an acid and a base, and when they react, they form water and salt. Okay, so we do want you guys to know that. So important to write that down. Water and a salt are always going to be your products as we neutralize an acid and a base together. Now, to be able to figure that out, right, we have to kind of look back to Unit 4. We try to figure out what type of reaction is this. So if you guys can look back, remember the dance partners, see if you can figure out what type of reaction this is. Okay, correct answer there is double replacement, of course. And the reason this is important is because if I have this acid and this base, we want you to be able to figure out what would the products be. Now, quite simply, right, this H is going to start dancing with this OH, and that creates our water. So water, again, always going to be a product. And then this Na is going to mix with this Cl. And that's going to create our salt, okay, in this case as we go through this. So neutralization is all about this ratio between, the relationship between the moles of the acid and the moles of the base, right? If we can get those things to come into alignment with each other, we can get that neutralization point as we come through. So a few little helpful tips down here in the corner that you can pause and review. Okay, now conceptually think about this. This is a balanced equation that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So every 1 mole of acid and we have 1 mole of base. Okay. So if this problem says I've got 0.5 moles of HCl, how many moles of base would I need? Okay. Now just with this, remember it's the ratio, a 1-to-1 ratio. Correct answer here is 0.5, right? Because if it's a 1-to-1 ratio, however many moles of acid I have, in this case, it's a 1-to-1. I have to have the same moles of base in there. So if I have 0.5 acid, I'm going to have 0.5 base. Okay. You could also solve this with a proportion if you can't quite figure it out otherwise. All right. Now, what about this one? This is a different acid, a different base. We have a 1-to-2 ratio. So a 1-to-2 ratio. Now think about this. If I have 1 mole of the acid, how many moles of base will I need? It's a 1-to-2 ratio. Good. Correct answer there is 1. Now, because it's a 1-to-2 ratio, so what this is saying, for every 1 mole of acid, I need 2 moles of base. I need twice as much base. Okay, so if I have 0.5 acid, I need twice as much base. So what's twice the amount of 0.5? 1, right? I need twice the amount. Okay, so that's kind of how these ratios work. Now you could solve this again with a proportion. So we're going to do some math to figure this out. There's a few different factors, right, involved. How concentrated the acid or base is, how much acid or base we have. There's a few different variables. But you're going to see, guys, it's just going to take some practice, and but you'll see that these problems aren't terribly difficult. Now, in this question, it says, well, how much of 0.125 molar KOH, which is the base, it's got the OH there, is required to neutralize 18 milliliters of 0.1 molar HCl. That's my acid. So we're trying to figure out here, how much base is it going to take in order to neutralize this acid? Okay, so to do this, we're going to want to set up a little table like this, where we have our acid with molarity, moles, and liters, because we're going to come back to good old molarity, moles divided by liters. And we're going to compare the acid to the base, right? That ratio concept from one side to the other side, okay? So the first thing we'll have is a balanced equation. Usually I believe this is going to be given to you balanced. In this problem right here, this is a 1-to-1 ratio, right? So 1 mole of base, 1 mole of acid. And then we got to list out our variables, and then we can just do a little bit of math to solve this out, okay? So that's our acid, that's our base. And again, it's a good idea just to stay organized as you go through this. Now let's start to look at our variables. What do we know? Well, we know that the acid is going to be 0.1 m. That's molarity, right? So it's 0.1 molar. We also know how much we have, right? We have the 18 milliliters. Now remember, it's got to be converted to liters. So move the decimal 3 times to the left. So that's how we get that. What else do we know? We know that, okay, we know the molarity of the base, right, that we're going to be using. We got the 0.125, and then what are we trying to solve in this problem? How much, right? How much of the base? That's the liters. So mathematically, look at this, right? I can't solve for x yet because remember we have moles. Molarity is moles divided by liters. I can't do that yet because I don't have enough information. But on this side, I can solve for moles. Okay, and here's the key is on this, we're ultimately going to be looking at this relationship between these two. But right now, I know that I can solve the moles on this side. Now, how do we solve moles on this side? We do the molarity equation, right? So molarity is equal to moles divided by liters. We know the molarity is 0.1. I know the liters is 0.018, and I am trying to find the number of moles, okay? You do that math there, and you end up with 0.0018. Now, here's the trick. Remember, this is the ratio part. This is where this comes to play. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I have this many moles of acid, how many moles of base do I need? The same, right? So don't make this harder than it needs to be, right? It's doing a real simple algebra problem, and then this ratio. We really advocate you to write this down. Just as a reminder, is it a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2, a 2-to-1, a 1-to-3, a 3-to-1? Because that'll kind of help you remember, hey, do I need to multiply by 2? Do I need to divide by 2? Do I need to multiply by 3? Whatever that ratio is, okay? Now, once you do that, now I can finally do this calculation, right? Doing the same thing. I'm just going to do my molarity calculation. I know the molarity. In this case, I know the moles. That's what we just figured out. And we're trying to find the volume at the bottom. You do the math, and you end up with 0.0144. Okay? So that's how these problems are going to work. Don't worry, it may seem complicated, but when you practice it, you'll see that it's very easy. Okay? Now, when we're neutralizing acids and bases together, right, if you get a chemical spill on your hand, the answer is, oh, don't worry about, I put an acid on my hand, so I need to neutralize it with a base, right? When we're talking about our bodies, right, just get the stuff off of you as soon as possible, right? So washing it with water is going to be kind of the key point as you're going through this, okay? Now, let's transfer our brains to titration. Titration is just the lab version of what we just said, and did in that last problem. It's if I have some mystery acid that I don't know the molarity or the concentration of, we can do a titration to be able to figure out what it is, okay? So we're trying to figure out the molarity of this acidic solution. Now, we could use pH and some indicators maybe to get a general idea, right? But titration is going to give us the exact concentration to help us out, okay? And that's why titration is important in chemistry, to be able to figure this out. Now, to do this, we need to find, again, that relationship between moles of acid and moles to base. So we're going to use an indicator, and we're going to use an indicator that tells us exactly when we get to that neutral point, okay? Now, of these three indicators, which one would be the best to tell us exactly when we're at neutral? Hopefully you said phenolphthalein, right? Because right at 7, it goes from clear to pink, right? So that's how we're going to be using that. Now, there's a few different kind of vocab terms that we're going to be using to go through this, but basically we're going to be using an indicator to tell us when we're at that neutral point, and then we're going to be able to take some measurements to be able to do those molarity calculations, okay? Now, this is what that using the phenolphthalein will look like, okay? When it's we have our acid down in the beaker here, our base is going to be up here in the burette. Sorry, that's the bell. Just ignore that. And then we're going to add, and the phenolphthalein is down here. When we add the base, when we get this pale pink, that means that we've reached that neutral point. So that's kind of the key that we're going to be looking for us to do this, okay? So a few vocab words you're going to hear us talk about. The big ones are these last couple. It's endpoint. That's that neutral point. When you get that pale pink, that's what we're going to be trying to find. The burette is the piece of glassware that we're going to be using. So that's a picture of the burette right there, okay? So we know the molarity of this base. We don't know the molarity of the acid down here in the bottom, okay? Now, this problem is going to be kind of set up exactly the same as before. We have the burette over here, and the key number we're trying to really figure out in the lab is we are going to drip the base down into this acid until it turns a pale pink. When it turns that pale pink, that tells us, hey, this is how much of the base we used to get there. So doing this titration here, really what we're doing is we're figuring this number out. How much base does it take to do that, okay? To be able to figure out what the concentration is of that acid, okay? So same thing, okay? We're going to go through this process. This is a 1-to-1, okay, in this problem, this sample problem. And we're just going to plug, what numbers do we know, okay? Well, we just figured out, right, that we need that much base. That's how much we dripped in down at the bottom there. Okay, we know how much acid, that's our sample, right down here at the bottom. In this case, we have 25 milliliters. Again, changing both of these to liters, okay? As you go, excuse me. What else do we know? We know the molarity of the base, okay? We know that concentration, right? and we're trying to find the acid here. And what is the concentration of the acid, right? So that's what we're trying to figure out for that guy. Now, this is just like we did before, right? I can't solve this yet because I don't have enough information, but I can solve for the moles of the base and then use our little ratio trick to be able to get the other number, okay? So same thing here, we plug the numbers in, do our little molarity calculation, and I figure out that, hey, there's that many moles of base. Now I look, all right, it is a 1-to-1 ratio, right? So if it's a 1-to-1 ratio, that means that that also is going to be that number, okay? So again, pay attention. Is it 1-to-2, 2-to-1, 1-to-3, 3-to-1, etc.? Now, once you have that number, same deal. I can now finally solve for the molarity of the acid by doing another molarity problem, okay? Crunch those numbers through, and oops, all right, there you go. That's your answer. All right, now with this, you guys, it is seems like a lot, but it just takes practice, okay? Setting those problems up like we had, pay attention in class, pause, rewind, watch these notes again, anything, going for extra help, whatever you need to do to help you get through these problems. Once you do them a few times, you'll see that it's very simple, and I guarantee you guys will do great on these problems, okay? Make sure you see your teacher if you have any questions.